How much did Caitlin Clark make in 2025? Iowan among top-paid female athletes. Forbes recently released its list of the 20 highest-paid female athletes, and for the second year in a row, Caitlin Clark was the top-earning female basketball player in the world. Adding up her annual salary, bonus, and endorsements, Forbes estimated the former Iowa women's basketball star to be the 11th highest-paid female athlete. The 23-year-old made her debut on Forbes' annual rankings last year, coming in at number 13 with an estimated compensation of $8.1 million. The 20 highest-paid female athletes earned a combined $293 million in 2025, up 13% from last year, with a record 14 athletes earning $10 million a year, according to Forbes. Clark earned $12.1 million in compensation this year. Nearly all of it comes from her endorsement deals, as Forbes estimates her WNBA salary to be roughly $100,000. Some of her sponsors include Nike, Gatorade, State Farm, Wilson, Panini America, and Hy-Vee. Need a news break? Check out the all-new Play Hub with puzzles, games, and more. Clark's base salary was $78,066, and she earned additional money with the Fever winning the Commissioner's Cup, $30,000, and reaching the semifinals, $3,435. She also received $2,575 for being named to the All-Star team, according to Sportico, who was the highest-paid female athlete in 2025. For the second consecutive year, tennis star Coco Gauff is the world's highest-paid female athlete. The 21-year-old earned $33 million this year, including $8 million from the court, partly because of her French Open victory in June. Gauff made $25 million off the court through endorsements from New Balance, Bose, and Baker Tilly. USA Today reporter Scooby Axon contributed to this report. Cooper Worth is a service/trending reporter for the Des Moines Register. Reach him at quirth@gannett.com or follow him on X at CooperAworth. Our team of savvy editors independently handpicks all recommendations. If you purchase through our links, the USA Today network may earn a commission. Prices were accurate at the time of publication but may change. In 2025, the name Caitlin Clark didn't just echo through packed arenas. It reverberated across global sports business headlines, financial columns, and culture pages. Born and raised in Des Moines, Iowa, Clark exploded from collegiate stardom into the professional spotlight with a financial impact few anticipated. By mid-December 2025, she had firmly cemented herself not only as one of the most influential athletes in women's basketball, but as one of the highest-paid female athletes on the planet. So how much did Caitlin Clark actually make in 2025? Let's break it down, from the hardwood to the headlines and the wallets of Fortune 500 brands clamoring to associate with her. 1. The numbers that turned heads. By most reliable estimates from financial trackers like Sportico, Forbes, and major sports business coverage, Small Blue Diamond Caitlin Clark's total earnings in 2025 were approximately $16.1 million. Yardbarker +1. That figure placed her among the top female earners worldwide, trailing only a handful of sports megastars like tennis phenoms Coco Gauff, $30+ million, Aryna Sabalenka, $30 million, and Iga Swiatek, $23 million. Yardbarker. For a WNBA player in her second professional season, that's astounding, and it illustrates just how dramatically the business side of women's basketball can grow with the right star. 2. A tiny salary, a massive brand. Most of Clark's 2025 earnings did not come from her WNBA salary. In fact, like nearly all players in the league under the existing collective bargaining agreement, her base pay was modest. Small Blue Diamond WNBA salary in 2025, about $78,000. Archive.md. After adding small bonuses for team achievements, like money for the Commissioner's Cup and playoff bonuses, her on-court income barely reached around $114,000 total from salary and bonus. Yahoo Sports. That means 99% of her 2025 income came from off-court sources, a staggering contrast to what most fans assume when they think of a professional athlete's paycheck. Archive.md. 3. Endorsements, the true game. The real financial story for Caitlin Clark began off the court. By 2025, Clark had become one of the most sought-after faces in sports marketing. She partnered with household names, including Nike, headline brand and source of a signature shoe deal, Gatorade, State Farm, Wilson, Panini America, Hy-Vee, Xfinity, Gainbridge, Lilly. Together, these sponsorships accounted for approximately $16 million of her earnings in 2025, dwarfing her professional playing income. Archive.md. Nike remains her biggest partner, and though the WNBA contract itself pays relatively little, her shoe deal and broader Nike contract spread over multiple years is worth millions annually, often cited as one of the biggest endorsement contracts for any female basketball player. For sixth highest paid female athlete, and the only WNBA star. Thanks to this haul, Caitlin Clark stood out not just in basketball, but in all of women's sports. In 2025, Sparkles she was ranked among the top 10 highest paid female athletes globally. Yardbarker Sparkles she was the highest paid player in the WNBA by a wide margin. Archive.md. In a world where tennis players, skiers, and golfers have traditionally dominated the women's pay rankings, largely due to big prize money and larger endorsement ecosystems, Clark's ascent was remarkable because she came from a team sport with limited salaries. Yahoo Sports UK. Her financial success in 2025 illustrates a broader shift. Brands and media are increasingly willing to invest in story, personality, and cultural impact, not just sport alone. 5. Why Clark's pay package matters. The gap between Clark's actual salary and her total earnings is a story in itself. Pushpin WNBA base salaries remain capped and modest, even for superstars. Front office sports pushpin endorsements, partnerships, and personal branding are where the money lives. Yahoo Sports UK. This reality has spurred ongoing debate among players and analysts. Many argue that Clark's enormous market value, reflected in ticket sales, merchandise, TV ratings, and global attention, isn't matched by the structure of league salaries. Reddit. Indeed, Clark's presence has arguably grown the WNBA's visibility, helped attract fresh media deals, and fueled record merchandise sales. Yet she still earns a salary that is a tiny fraction of what players in other top men's leagues make. Her success, therefore, doesn't just reflect personal achievement, it highlights systemic issues in compensation for women's team sports. 6. Beyond money, cultural and economic impact. Clark's financial story isn't just about millions of dollars, it's about cultural transformation. As an Iowan, she helped bring previously unimaginable attention and revenue to women's basketball. Fire Her jersey was one of the best-selling in all of professional sports, outpacing many NBA stars at times. Archive.md. Fire Her presence drove higher TV ratings and attendance records for the WNBA. Forbes. Fire Her trading cards set records in the sports collectibles market, sometimes selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Reddit. In a sense, Clark didn't just play basketball in 2025, she opened new doors for how women athletes are perceived, marketed, and valued. 7. What comes next? With 2025 behind her, the question now isn't whether Caitlin Clark can make money, it's how much more she can make and, more importantly, how the structure of women's sports evolves to reward stars equitably.